Okay.
Toast is like, I'm on the radio. I'm a radio boy. He likes sitting on the back of the chair and yelling. He learned it from the cats. He's like, this is what we do here. This is what
Like,
our
this is
house.
my
Oh my god. Oh my god.
this is
I was
my
choking.
place. This is my place in this
Yeah.
world.
Maybe Dave should have him. Hold on. You want to go sit with your dada? Oh god, what is this?
It keeps
Was it having me raise my hand over and over again?
Yeah. And it was
I came back and I was like, oh, my headphones are on the keyboard.
it was
What's
on.
going on?
So like it kept going on and off, so I couldn't even turn it off.
Like it wouldn't let you talk. It was just like, yes, I see you. I see that you have a question.
Yes, we'll get to you. We'll get to you.
Get you. I was like, help me, help.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
You're like, yes, you in the front.
Welcome everyone to aisle 666, your one-stop shop for the internet's weirdest, most out there, downright untrue conspiracy theory.
Often untrue. We don't know yet.
I am one of your hosts, Molly LeGros, and with me as always,
co-host Haley Quinn Lacey. I was trying to think of like Grandmaster General something, like some pizzazz for it, and then I couldn't. And I was just like, a co-host. Any of them will do.
Also, for added fun, Haley has no idea about the conspiracy theory I'm going to tell her today.
Yes, that at least is true.
Yes.
That much is true.
That's always true. She don't know a damn thing. So today's conspiracy theory is definitely a fun one, but also in researching it, we are semi-activists for putting this back out on the internet. So the theory today is the infamous Lea Michele is illiterate conspiracy theory.
Because I don't know, I didn't watch Girls or like anything that she was on really, but my roommates in college did, and I think I don't know if I heard she couldn't read. I just remember they did not like her, or maybe they did like her
on.
and then changed.
Do you think we're talking about Lena Dunham?
I was like, everyone hates this chick, right? She's like kind of annoying. Dude, wait, who's Lena Dunham? Is she on Glee?
No. Lena Dunham is in Girls. That's what you just said.
Oh, wait.
Lea Michele was in Glee.
Oh, okay. She's like she has dark hair.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, she's also like not the greatest, like,
dude,
like
I feel like
you weren't wrong,
I don't know then.
But however, different annoying person.
Dude, I am so backwards.
It's okay.
Well, this will be even more fun. I'm gonna learn even more than I already.
I had to catch that early. It was like, wait.
And I was like, uh-oh, she thinks I'm spoiling the thing. Let me just get this thought out. And you're like, wrong person. And I'm like, oh, shit. All right.
All right. So now that we are all on the same page.
Okay. Yes. I'm picturing her. I have her in my mind.
To.
I did not like Glee either. So.
No, I know you didn't. Don't worry.
You're like, everyone's well aware of your feelings on Glee.
I will never forget one of the times that in drama club when we all went over to someone's house and watched an episode of Glee, you were unhappy the entire time and you were like, she sounds like a chipmunk. It's like, well, like, dude, she's actually very classically trained and was on Broadway for years and years and years before that.
And you're like, Haley, I know, I understand you think that we're trying to watch the show, please.
I'm trying to enjoy this program. Yeah. So sorry, I like buried the lead on the whole activism thing. All I mean by that is that the original like video that this comes from it's been like scrubbed from the internet. So
that suggests guilt.
well, it's also like when we start talking about like how she views it today, like she definitely joined in the joke, but at first she was like, this is sad. And I read this one article that was like, it's downright disrespectful. And I was like,
she didn't read the article though, I don't think.
Hey.
I don't think she would have read it.
I've already made up my mind. Actually, before that, I do want to explain the jurisprudence of jokes, which comes from actually Hassan Minhaj's new Netflix special. Do you know him?
He's yes, I comedian. Think I don't know if I've seen his special, but I've like seen him on like interviews with him and stuff.
So he explained this thing about like just satire, because in his show The Patriot Act on Netflix, he would often say things about, you know, capitalists and billionaires and all the rest of them that they didn't like, and they would send letters to his lawyer wanting to sue him. And so he had his lawyer explain the jurisprudence of jokes, which just means that our podcast is a comedy podcast, and reasonable listeners understand that our commentary is many times not to be taken seriously, aka a joke.
You're like, under the laws of comedy, you can't sue anyone.
Comedy is a lawless land.
Yeah.
Comedy is anarchy.
You're like, no, it's not the First Amendment. It's the First Amendment, but funnier.
And I'm also even willing to be entirely corrected on literally any research I've ever done here. This is for fun. I only say that because I'm like, I don't know why this got scrubbed from the internet, but I don't want to find out.
Was it like, so what was scrubbed from the internet, like evidence that she might be illiterate, or someone making fun of her?
So this conspiracy comes from let me actually start now that I've gotten all of that out of the way.
Now that all the confusion in law and legalese.
Now we can have fun.
Now we can have fun under the lore.
So this is a conspiracy theory that started as a joke in 2017 by a podcast called One More Thing. This podcast, they would release their episodes on Facebook. And during one of their episodes, they were going through Naya Rivera's memoir, who she was one of the co-stars on Glee, her memoir called Sorry Not Sorry. And in the book, Rivera mentions that during her time on Glee, Lea Michele refused to improvise scenes with Tim Conway, who he was the voice of Barnacle Boy. Actually.
Oh, no way. Who was, I don't actually, never mind. I was like, who is he in the show? I'm like, I probably don't remember, but.
Yeah, no, I actually don't even know who he was on the show. I think it was like way after I stopped watching it. But anyway, so he's just like a famous comedy actor, and she refused to improvise. He wanted to do improv and she refused. And so the hosts of the podcast joked that perhaps this was because Lea Michele had director Ryan Murphy feeding her lines because she couldn't read.
Oh, so I was gonna say, I feel like improv seems like the difference, like, because you're riffing and you don't need to read.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't really get that one. But then the hosts, like they did like an in-depth video of the entire theory. It was a lengthy video perpetuating the conspiracy theory. A key tenet in their theory is that she debuted on Broadway at the age of 8 and began her career in show business right after, therefore never had time to get the proper instruction on how to read, and now pay someone to read for her.
That's amazing.
So there's a TikTok video that summarizes a lot of like the big points from that video. Also, there's a clip from the original video that exists on YouTube that I found, and it's really funny. I very much enjoy watching them talk about it like it's completely real. Like they're straight faced.
Yeah, they're analyzing it. They're like, these points, all signs point to, and you want to know what? Can't read.
They're not incorrect on a lot of them. So you know what? Maybe she can't read, okay?
All I'm saying is she might not be able to read. Sometimes I feel like I can't read. Like I just don't The ADHD is so hard. I have to read something over and over again. And I'm like, I'm still not getting the
Oh,
words
yeah.
in. I'm like, I'm just seeing letters here. I'm
Yeah.
not getting that info. I love that you've cited knowyourmeme.com.
Yeah, that's where most of this information comes from. Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
no, now
Reputable sources
you've
only.
reminded me. I did want to point out that most of this information has come from knowyourmeme.com, which is a great resource for where memes come
History.
from.
Visual
Well, yes,
history.
no,
Exactly where we
but
come from.
really, like, sometimes, like, I feel like I'm so behind, and that website helps me out a lot.
Oh yeah, I know her face now. I know that face that I hate.
There she is.
There she is. The star of Girls. As we all know.
The writer and
The
director.
musical Girls. They should make a musical out of Girls, and then she can be it if she learns to read in time.
I actually just saw her live in Funny Girl, and she's fucking talented. I know you don't like musicals, but
I know, it's
Jesus
not
Christ.
personal. It's the
not
medium.
personal.
All right. It's not her, okay? Everyone has their own internal problems.
This is just mine.
This is just me, all right?
All right, here we go.
Tim Conway went guest starring brought his granddaughter on set. Michelle's attitude was so bad it caused his granddaughter to cry. Michelle would lock herself shut in the trailer. 4 years, Michelle did Spring Awakening because she only had to memorize the show once. Michelle would also appear on Scream Queens in addition to Glee, and that's because Ryan Murphy knows her secret and he would read her lines to her. For Glee, she never had to read the song's lyrics. They were pre-recorded on demo. In addition, she mainly sang like well-known standards by Barbra Streisand and Celine Dion.
There was a great picture of her pointing to words, but I will say she wasn't looking at the words. Her head was facing away. She was pointing as if to say, "What does this say? You read it for me." That's how I interpret that.
Can you
please, someone please help. God, someone please.
I am screaming for help.
Help.
Okay, so this is where the activism comes in. Just like,
are you saying that in the way that like we don't hate women, we're activists? Are you saying that we're activists by bringing this to light again so people can shit on her?
just letting this video exist in the world, or sorry, yes, not video, this audio.
Yeah.
this
recapping
entity of information, just allowing it to exist in a compact place in the world that one could listen to and form their own opinion on.
Yes. Be fully educated in a matter of minutes.
Get connected for free.
When she got cast in Funny Girl, it like resurfaced because this was in like 2017. And when she got cast in Funny Girl, it resurfaced, and there was this picture, like, it was just like this cute selfie that she'd taken, and I can't even like describe accurately like how this meme was even used, but it was just basically used to say that like she wasn't reading her phone at all because she was canceled for a second.
Oh, wait, what did she do?
It was, so she's like not that great to work with from what I hear. And I mean, obviously,
she made that guy's granddaughter cry.
Yeah. So like obviously that was at the height of her stardom from Glee and everything. So I would hope, since both Glee ending and she got married and has a baby and is now on Broadway again, I would really, really hope that that she's improved. But I do not know her, so
you're like, we don't know.
One of the cast members, Samantha Marie Ware, she was on the last season. Hello from editing. I just wanted to more thoroughly explain Samantha Marie Ware's story here. In the summer of 2020, when the Black Lives Matter protests were at their height and brands and public figures and celebrities were posting to their social media in solidarity, Lea Michele was one of those celebrities, and Ware rightfully called her out on this because being a Black cast member on the set of Glee's last season in 2015, she described, because of Michele specifically, to be a living hell. Among many instances, apparently one of them was when Lea Michele threatened to shit in Samantha Marie Ware's wig. Ware went on to say in an interview, she said, "I don't deserve that job." She talked about how she has rain. And here's the thing, I completely understood that and was ready to be like, this is your show. I'm not here to be disrespectful. But at that point, we were already past the respect and she was just abusing her power. Ware also mentioned that no one did anything to stop Michelle's behavior and how unsurprising it is that she has now been able to make a return to Broadway in a lead role of a classic show.
And hence the canceling.
Yeah, it's just not good all around. And she only shared like one or two things, and I'm sure that there's a bevy.
Yeah, there's probably other more microaggressions and then ones where you're like, yeah, that's just that's terrible.
Yeah.
We can't say
Yeah.
that.
So, yeah. It wasn't good. And
Leah, what the fuck? Don't take it out on other people that you can't read.
so that just because you can't read
doesn't mean you have to be racist towards your cast member.
Another co-star from Glee, Heather Morris, tweeted at the time that it had been very unpleasant to work with Lea Michele, writing that for Lea to treat others with the disrespect that she did for as long as she did, I believe she should be called out.
Nice.
That's very general.
She's like, so I'm saying it.
So I am saying it.
Yeah.
Because I want to be on the right side of things.
She's like, I think she should be called out, so I'll just go ahead and do that. That's what this is.
Oh my God. Michelle now acknowledges that her work style is intense, sometimes to a fault. She says, I have an edge to me. I work really hard. I leave no room for mistakes. That level of perfectionism or that pressure of perfectionism left me with a lot of blind spots. If you want to call it that, sure. And then she got cast in A Funny Girl. And I mean, you're still canceled for me. I don't particularly like you as a person, but you're incredibly talented.
Yeah, you're like, just because someone gave you a gig doesn't mean you're uncanceled in my heart, Leah.
Yeah.
And she's always she's
show.
Canceled forever for me. I started with canceling her.
So
Broadway will just give a job to anyone.
I want to get into the points from the original video.
She literally can't read at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, this is too young to read. And so her parents would read her lines.
8.
Dada.
And she would be like, Dada. And then she would like remember the lines she said. Where she's signing a book. Pen's not touching the paper.
She's acting. She's an actor.
That
doesn't say Lea Michele.
No,
That does not say Lea Michele.
maybe a sideways snowman.
It's like
snowman.
more like a butterfly, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, sure, here's an L.
Like,
And,
sure.
here's an M vaguely.
Sideways M.
CM.
Looks like Kandinsky.
Before the video even starts, her name's already written.
Second of all, the line that she seems to be drawing underneath of her name is already there. But
She's just going over it.
But erase.
She can't even draw a line.
She says, signing on the artist's wall. No, she's not.
the line of your name is not signing.
I'm at Columbia drawing a line on the artist's wall. No, I'm at
Okay, so that was it.
Can't read or write. One does feed into the other. So
Yeah, that's what literacy is.
yeah. It's both sides of the coin. Double-edged sword literacy is. I gotta do both.
It starts with how she's been on Broadway since she was 8 years old because she played little Cosette in Les Miserables on Broadway.
Lea Miserable.
Lea Miserable.
Michelle Rob.
Lea Miserable to work with professionally.
Yeah. That was a good one.
So they're going through and they're like and she can't even read at this stage. She's too young to read. And I'm like, she's literally 8.
What 8-year-olds can read?
She very much should be able to read.
You're like, that's why you're reading at an 8-year-old level, because there is a level in which they can read.
Be reading by like 6 maybe.
I feel like even maybe young. I don't know children's ages, but I feel like my friend's 3-year-old can kind of read.
Well, yeah, I know for a fact that that they're like trying to start them younger and younger,
Right.
which is
Ugh. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just kidding.
that's really good.
A bunch
I don't
of
want
readers
these
walking
kids
around.
knowing how to
Ugh.
read.
Yeah.
And they know what and then they know they can
They know what's
write
going on.
mean notes, and I don't
Yeah.
want that.
Then they can communicate even quicker.
Then
Hate
they
that.
have knowledge, and knowledge is
Yeah.
power, and
I guess. I guess I've heard someone say that before. Yeah, like regardless of when she started in show business, she should have been reading before that.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
You're either in second or third grade at that point. So
Isn't that when you learn cursive or like how to write?
well, third grade is definitely cursive.
Yeah.
At least it was. I don't know if they're still doing cursive. I think
Oh.
cursive might be done.
Cursive's out. Cursive's
Cursive-
a dead language. Are there like any evidence that her parents are like shitty? Like, are they like shoving her on stage and are like, dance, bitch, get that cash? Or like, what are they doing? What's their deal?
Yes, bitch. I don't know if that's their exact words,
But they weren't like, ooh, we'll keep her from reading so we have power over her and she'll make money for us.
It's actually a fucking plot by
I didn't know if there's
her.
any like
By her
background info on that.
And she had to learn to read very quickly because she didn't even know that this wasn't normal until this theory happened. She's like, oh my god, guys, no.
She was like, oh no.
Tricked.
She's like, is that neglect? Is that what that is? Her therapist is like, yeah. You should have been reading by now.
Wait,
It kept you in the dark.
I should know how to read? Are you serious? She is the only child of her mom's name is Edith. I didn't know that. And
you know what rhymes with Edith?
What?
Readeth.
Yeah, it does.
Read-ish. Read-if.
I'm just trying to find stuff about her parents.
Oh yeah. You're like, now that you asked.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I did.
Had that been brought up in any of the other things though?
No.
That does like give it context. Like, I know it's a joke and I know that
No,
she
I
can
know.
read, but I'm like, wait, hold on. What if there's evidence to support the fact that she wasn't taught to read for a purpose?
Wasn't her parents. She's had the theater bug for quite some time.
Gotcha.
I also just liked how they were like, so her parents would read to feed her lines like this: Leah, say dada, and she'd go dada. It did make me think for a second, like child stars who are very young and before like a reading age, is that how they say that?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, just
Like,
like wrote memory stuff.
Like I'm thinking about Mary-Kate and Ashley on Full House, their parents just being like, okay, say you got it, dude. She's like, you got it, dude.
And they're like, yes, that's like $1 million. No, you got it, dude.
No, you got it.
No, you got it, dude.
Then I just start to think about, oh my god, so if that's the case and you're watching like if you're in the studio audience, are you hearing her lines 2 times each time?
Oh yeah, because like they're just editing that out. They're like, cut, say it again. Hold on.
They're like, say you got it, dude. I'm so fucking tired, honey. Just say it.
You're like, can we just dub this, please?
You're like, can we get Ashley in here? Mary-Kate's tired.
Switch them out real quick.
Switch them out.
This is also a controversial opinion, but I did not like Full House. I had the same disdain for it that I did Glee, and I think it was because my neighbor growing up like loved it, and she was super annoying, and I was like, I hate everything you love. Okay, and that's our relationship now.
So therefore,
High School Musical, I was like, fuck you, I hate it now. But Colby also liked that, so I was like, all right, redeemed.
You're like, all right, I'll give it a shot. What's this here? And then you spent the most entertaining 90 minutes of your life.
Yeah. They were like wild cats. I can play
Everywhere.
b-ball, but I don't wanna. I wanna like redo the whole soundtrack with my titles.
What would some of them be?
I don't remember all the songs, but it's like, I'm so good at basketball. What a drag. I wish I could sing instead. That's one. Oh, my dad loves that I play b-ball all the time.
And I hate
What
that.
an encouraging dad, but in the wrong ways. It's another good one.
He only loves me for my talent.
Yeah. Dad, if I wasn't holding a basketball, could you even see me? It's me, your son Troy. I remember that. I remember his name was Troy.
Are you there, God? It's me, Troy.
Troy. Yeah. Are you there, Dad? It's me, Troy. I should chug beers for all of these. This is way funny.
When they were talking about Naya Rivera's memoir, Sorry Not Sorry, I don't know if they ever were really close, or maybe they were. I don't know. It was just like towards the end of Glee. So I feel like it would have been like season 5 and 6. Lea Michele and Naya Rivera hated each other.
Oh no.
Yeah, they had like this whole feud on set, and people would ask Naya Rivera about it all the time, and she'd always say, "Read my book."
Read it and weep, idiots.
Buy it, pay me, then read it.
She's like, read it and then tell it to Leah. That would be a great burn for her.
Because she ain't gonna read it.
Because she can't.
When they were like, this is her signing a photo, and the pen is not touching the paper. Yeah, obviously, like, this is definitely a joke, but there's so many weird little instances that everyone can actually very much point to and be like, what are you even doing? like that picture.
She's like, oof, this is a lot of evidence supporting your case.
Yeah.
More than I care to admit.
Like, literally taking a video of you underlining your name. I'm sure you wrote it, but why is the video portion of it just you underlining it?
Yeah, you're like, that's a little suspicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Or why are you taking a photo just before you sign the book? I just feel like book signings can be candid, you know, like they can take pictures of you.
Doesn't have to be so staged. Yeah.
Proving that you can.
If you can. Right. Yeah.
And then when they were looking at her actual signature, they were like, it doesn't say Lea Michele.
No, it's very erratic
it
looking.
Didn't, but I did see, I was like, oh, I see what she was going for. It looks like a logo almost. It's like the L, and then the L becomes the M.
Yeah, it's like layered on top of each other. It's not like it's not an L and an M next to each other.
Yeah, but I'm just like, are all brands and logos? Like,
yeah, she's like, I got like 3 letters max. That's it.
There was a few appearances on the Ellen show, and I feel like it was probably like the last season or something like that. I don't know. A few cast members of Glee were on Ellen, and she had them play Cards Against Humanity. And it was like watching it, I was like, this is just such a watered down version of Cards Against Humanity.
I know, I was like, can they do that on TV?
On the ABC network, I am not going to hear shooting a rifle into the air while balls deep in a squealing hog.
They're doing some apples to apples shit. That's probably what they're doing.
Right. I'm not going to hear that on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Yeah, like, isn't that a morning show? That's for sick kids.
That's for
okay. And you can mix them up so I don't know whose is who.
Oh, God.
Shut up, Leah.
She's already fucking confused.
She was the last one to put her card up. I'm just
like,
gonna say,
I guess this one. I'm like really watching her and her alone now in the video. I'm like, is she reading? Is she just staring? Like, is there any light behind her eyes?
Ha ha ha, get it.
Ellen's like, LOL. They're like, OMG, Ellen, you said balls on TV. You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Bitch, you're crazy.
I think pretending to care.
Oh.
Was that her?
Yep.
Wow, pretending to read. That's her secret power.
One of the points from the TikTok I remember was that, so when she won that round, Chris Colfer turned her, because she's like, yeah. And Chris Colfer turns to her and is like, very good, Leah. You won a word game. How did you
super
do
patronizing.
That?
Like, good for you. You read good.
You displayed reading comprehension skills very well there. We don't know how you did it.
And Ellen says, yay, you do good job.
In that same appearance, they play a different game, and they had to like write something on like whiteboards.
Oh.
But hers had already been written.
Dude, that's damning evidence. I don't think this is a joke anymore.
That's why I'm like, why do you keep doing shit
Like, is she
like
that much of a bitch where she's like, I don't write because I can't?
the other point from one more things podcast, or at least that I know of. I know that there's probably so many others that I would have just loved and just
that we're not allowed to know.
that I'll never ever know.
So they're keeping the truth from us.
Unless someone from One More Thing would like to send me the original video, because I'm very interested. You were both very funny.
Yeah.
And I've been plugging your entire podcast this entire episode. So anyway, one of the other things that I thought was funny from their video was basically their legend is that the things that get posted to her Instagram are not necessarily posted by her. They're posted by her assistants. And when there's emojis in it or just emojis, she's chosen that caption. And when there's words plus emojis, they've written the words and they give her the phone and say, hey, choose an emoji. And she chooses.
She's like, puppies, heart, lightning bolt, moon and stars.
Sure. I mean, I think I do the same thing only because, like, sometimes I cannot be bothered to write a full caption. I'm just like, let me just pick 2 random ones and just send it on its way. But if you go to her Instagram, a lot of them are like
pictogram.
Yeah. Okay. This is a picture of her from Funny Girl, and she tagged Funny Girl on Broadway and put a gold star
because she's like, I'm a star. And that's what I look
well, that is actually one of the songs in Funny Girl is I'm the Greatest Star.
And she's like, yes, star.
She's like, yes, gold star.
I can picture what that looks like.
And that was also very much a thing in Glee too. Rachel Berry, like, gold stars were her thing. Obviously, you wouldn't know this because you hate Glee, but
because you hate happiness, you hate the emotion of
you
Glee.
you hate the emotion of Glee. You don't like seeing other people pleasant.
Again, my neighbor, everything you love, I hate. That's the relationship.
Anyway, so in Glee, Rachel's character, she goes to New York. She ends up starring in Funny Girl. Like, this happened like years and years and years ago.
Crazy.
And now she's playing the lead role in Funny Girl on Broadway. That's why I had to see it, because I was like, listen, I know she's horrid. I understand.
But I have to see how this plays out.
I simply have to witness the Matrix in action. I can't not. I can't. It's just so it's a picture of like a bunch of people who had come to see her in Funny Girl. This is actually Hilary Duff.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It just says friends at Funny Girl Broadway with a red heart. She's like, these are friends.
Friends.
In the picture with me.
Right. So maybe like she knows like how I pass Spanish was like I can memorize words, but like I don't know grammar. Like I can't string together a sentence. Like I can memorize some words, but conjugating things.
Oh God.
Like,
oh my God.
Full conversations. I couldn't do that.
Tenses.
You're like, so what I'm saying is there's overwhelming evidence for low reading comprehension.
Yes. But hold that thought. The thing is, I don't think Miss Lea's any dummy. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to say, that was actually in the video is that her assistants use her phone for her, and there's like pictures of that.
Yeah, I saw that in the video. Like,
yeah, like just like being out in public and your assistant like on your phone, you're just like standing there. And like Lea is actually unplugged. Like, what is that like?
I know, yeah, because I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, ugh, do normal people shit, but also I'm like, good for you, stay off that phone, you know?
Yeah, like maybe that is what fuels her singing.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not getting sucked into stuff.
So fucking self-involved because you have to be, because you have no connection to the
right. You don't know what other people are doing. You're like, I only have me and my own mind.
So therefore, I'm gonna make this voice the best fucking thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
So the theory also accounts for Michelle has 2 published books, and I think
not self-published books.
And I think one of them's a cookbook. Okay, so I was wrong about this. She does not have a cookbook published. I got confused because it says that that her books are filled with pictures and recipes here and there, which is true. I just erroneously assumed that meant that one of her books was a cookbook, and it is not. So make of that what you will, honestly. It is noted that the books are mostly photos of her and recipes. So they are mostly photos.
Like, what are they of?
Her. Like, it's just like photos
Dude, I
from
hate
her
her
life.
even more.
It's like a lookbook
Okay.
from over the years.
Yeah, she's like, this is what I was doing over here. This is what I was doing over there.
She's like, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So actually, I'm the most literate.
Yeah, I can read better than anyone. I wonder, what is she doing for rest? Like, is she known to cook, or is she just like, I want to put out another
I
book.
didn't know.
I don't
I
want to
didn't,
write. I
like,
don't want to
before-
read.
Yeah, before I like started researching this, I had no fucking idea she had a cookbook out.
I hate when people put out cookbooks who like don't have anything to do with like cooking, or like have no stake in cooking.
Yes, like
She's like, here are my recipes that I saved on Pinterest. I'm like, I can do that myself.
You don't fucking help me. Once she was cast in Funny Girl in July of last year, 2022, everyone started the whole thing again. How is she going to learn her lines? Because she can't even read. And it was like half that, half like what I was saying, that like, holy shit, like this is some weird universe shit, because like her
right, because in the
character-
show she did that.
So the New York Times interviewed her when she was cast, and they asked her about it.
The
And
reading?
yeah, the rumor.
Oh,
And that's when she called the rumor sad and implied that there were sexist undertones to the conspiracy. I'm interested to know how this is sexist, because it's a rumor against a woman,
mhm.
but it's not saying that women as a whole can't read
Yeah.
or are less likely to read.
Right. She's grasping at straws, I think.
Sometimes New York Times is like, you've hit your limit. And I'm like, I rarely go on this website.
Yeah, you're like, I barely even read this.
Oh my God. They segued this from online hatred. They go, online hatred of her can verge on gleeful, and she fears that if she responds to criticism or a bizarre rumor that she is illiterate, it will fuel the fire. He said, and then there's a rumor online that I can't read or write. It's sad. It really is. I think often if I were a man, a lot of this wouldn't be the case. I knew that is exactly what she would have fucking said. That is exactly why I was like, sexist overtones. Haley and I just wanted to make a point very clear here that we are not misogynists, and if anything is coming off that way, that is not our intention at all. The reason why I say, when we were talking about the New York Times article, that Haley says that she's grasping at straws where it concerns sexism, or when I say that I knew it was going to be as simple as, if I were a man, this theory wouldn't be out there, it wouldn't be that popular. I just happen to disagree with that point, because obviously women in entertainment and women in any industry, there's plenty of things that happen, and things that they have to fight for or fight against because of being women in that particular space. But I do not think that this theory or its popularity is exacerbated by the fact that she is a woman. In my opinion, it's exacerbated by her behavior. She thinks that this theory comes out of a vacuum. There's plenty of child stars that have grown up in Broadway and then transitioned to TV and are not absolute monsters to work with, and do not wage traumatic microaggressions on people of color in their cast. It just goes to prove that she really did not learn anything from Samantha Marie Ware's confession of what it was like to work with her. And quite frankly, on Samantha's behalf, I say keep making fun of her. Keep at it. I am a woman who supports women. Haley is also a woman who supports women, but I do not support Lea Michele's behavior, and therefore I think she can afford to have this joke exist about her. So her discussion of the rumor actually fueled further jokes, obviously.
Well, because that's what happens. Like, when people like that don't have senses of humor about it, like, it just becomes worse, and that's when it becomes really funny.
Well, that's why I was explaining the jurisprudence of jokes at the very beginning, because I'm like, that is your business whether or not you're literate.
Yeah.
I don't actually think you can't read.
Yeah.
But you do a lot of shit.
She's leaving the door open a crack too much to be debunked.
That's why I'm like, this is why it makes me laugh so much, because I'm just like, you're not helping at all.
No. You're like, did you not grow up getting made fun of as a love language? Like, is that what this is?
Did you not grow up with trauma?
Yeah, or like even just like having fun. Like, haha, you can't read, like LOL. And you're like, haha, you can't do math. Like, I give it right back to you, you know? Everyone's got something they're not good at. You can't read, it's fine. You're like 35 years old, probably. It's whatever.
Well, she said, I went to Glee every single day. I knew my lines every single day. Many pointed out did not actually constitute a denial of the rumor.
Yeah, that's not, I can't read. I went to Glee. I went to
lines.
Glee. Yeah.
No one's saying, no one is knocking your acting ability.
Right. You can sing, you can regurgitate lines. Like, that's not
We all knew that.
problem.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah. There's video evidence of that.
Another part of Know Your Meme that I enjoy is that they have a various examples section at the end. So it says me when I push a door that says pull. Oh, there's one that said Jonathan Groff hid under Lea Michele's wig every day while shooting Glee and whispered her lines Ratatouille style.
That's amazing.
Lea Michele, when the restaurant's menu doesn't have pictures and it's a picture of Frodo that says, all right, then keep your secret. Someone said breaking. Justice Department reportedly not concerned over allegations that Trump showed highly classified documents to Lea Michele. That was a smart one. I wouldn't have thought of that.
What's her face even doing? Her face is like, I don't know. That face looks like, that face is, I can't read.
She's just being hot and gorgeous. Okay?
I don't know, man. She looks confused.
Looks like she's trying to read something.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck does that say?
Okay, so now that we've gone through all of the actual theory and the backstory on this, I mean, I guess we can call this our do we believe it section, because I don't think we need to have like a whole drum roll moment here. But
like, decision time. Is it a yes or no?
But I just want I raise the original theory that it's not that she can't read, it's that she won't.
Yeah, she's like, people read for me.
That's a measure of success. Do people read for you? Do you have to read? If you have to read,
I'm sorry,
then you're not in my tax bracket. Okay.
Right, exactly. And that's a whole other like shitty element to this whole thing.
Exactly. So I think we've unlocked a trove here. Like, are rich people not reading anymore? Like, does Jeff Bezos not read? He doesn't read. Does he read?
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't
That's a
read.
great question. He doesn't read. Maybe I wish there was a thing like, if you got enough money, like some higher power just took away your ability to read.
I'm gonna
because that'd be sick.
I'm gonna Google Jeff Bezos reading right now.
Oh yeah, like how many other people who have fame and success could we gather evidence like this around to maybe prove that they can't read or that they don't read?
Does it look like he's reading any of these books? He's got it open in the very middle, but
he arranged them in a stack.
Looking at me, you're looking at the lens.
Yeah,
look at this face.
He's holding books up.
He's like, this is a Kindle. I may or may not have invented this.
There's buttons on it. It does show pictures. It does show words. I think it's Jeff Bezos. He doesn't listen to music. Like, he doesn't get it. And that's a whole other like genre of sociopath that I don't want to know.
Exactly. Like, is he reading? I don't think so. I mean, because he is also the richest man in the world. And if Lea Michele is so successful that she no longer will deign to read, then Jeff Bezos is not reading.
He ain't reading.
Who else can't read?
Can Warren Buffett read? Uh-oh. Oh no. It looks
maybe
like he is
does
reading.
know how to read.
It says must read.
This is pretty damning
The
evidence.
reading obsession. Fuck.
He's taken candid photos of himself reading.
He's done a lot of work, in case people go digging.
You want to
That's
know
all I have
what's
to say.
suspicious, though? What the hell is this campaign showing us that he can read?
Yeah.
That's even weirder in my
He's
opinion.
overcompensating.
Why is it so easy for me to find pictures of this
Yeah,
man
exactly.
reading? I think this is what being a child of the industry is like. It's just the idea of I could get all really into the whole celebrity culture of it all. It just seems like she's just like going along with every step logically that you could do as part of your brand as a celebrity, like having your assistant read your phone.
It's like a very like a negative stereotype of what a celebrity is what
Yes.
she's doing.
Yes. I don't want to say she's a cog in the machine, but like for lack of a better phrase, that's what I was saying, is that
She's
like
being real basic is what it sounds like.
this is the like celebrity industry, not necessarily entertainment. I feel like you are your environment, so if this was nurtured, having people do shit for you, I can't, that's something that I personally obviously can't imagine. I just feel like this has just been very reinforced.
Yeah, the
having
entitlement
been-
was like drilled into her brain that you like don't have to do things.
Yeah, like you're super talented, and like this is, and what you're doing right now at 8 years old is what you'll be really successful at for the rest of your
Yeah, you're
life.
like pick that one thing and only do that. And then yeah, you're just not a
run
balanced
with it,
person.
baby,
Yeah.
and weaponize it so that you make Tim Conway's granddaughter cry.
Yeah. She's like, I'm so good at singing, you'll cry.
Like, how does a person do that?
Oh my god, she's like, whoa, whoa. Is she crying?
Yep.
She's like, ah. I wonder too, like, because you know how you cry if like you sneeze really hard or
Yeah.
like get your nose pierced.
Yeah,
Like, I wonder if
she's
like
like-
the pressure
like
from singing, you're just like, ah, I got
squeezing her eyes shut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week. This one was a lot of fun. I mean, as usual, I always have fun. Haley has fun too, I think.
Yes. And I knew who we were talking about by the end of it.
Yes.
I knew what was going on.
Sometimes I have to stop that train early.
Yeah, you're like, before you get too far in your own head, that's not who we're talking about.
So catch us next time. I don't know exactly which one we're going to do next, but
Yeah, stay tuned for the next riveting topic. Crop circles,
right.
literacy. Who knows what's next?
Who knows? We are already all over the map.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.